anything?
All right, cool. We're in.
Yeah, we're going.
All right. Yeah. Let's start from the top for the live viewers. Even though it's been recorded.
Take two.
All right. Yeah. Explain about the interaction I see you had with the people them outside in the tents in Park Lane.
So my friend and co-patriot and partner in crime, who lives locally and has lived locally for a while, alerted me to the fact that a bunch of people have set up illegal camp at the top of Park Lane all the way to the bottom. Illegal. It's illegal. The police know about it and the police have been asked to move them along and they haven't. And from that base camp...
How do you know that?
Because Sam lives here.
Okay, Sam's already asked the police them...
Sam has lived here for 5 or 6 years. He has a long history of tracking these people. So we wanted...
what are you talking about? The people that I saw over there, they ain't been there
they've been playing cat and mouse between the council and them. Cat and mouse. And they tried to be in the park and now they moved into this causeway because it's not actually land owned by, it's not a house, that bit. So we went there to document it. So the first documentary film, because we're going to document these guys. We're independent filmmakers, on about to defend Her Majesty's realm. Documentation.
It looked a little bit like harassment more than documentation.
That's something for the Crown Prosecution Service and yourself to negotiate. So if the CPS are willing, then we'll look at that.
Let me keep my opinion out then. You just I like impartiality.
No, you're good. Yeah.
You explain from your perspective.
No, but I openly accept that and refuse that and say, no, I invite questions from you, Leon, openly. As many as you like, and it will not hinge on your impartiality. So we went down to the bottom first, the Hilton. So where are we? Park Lane, London, England, Her Majesty's realm, holy ground, and a square on the Monopoly board. We go down there, and what's the first thing we find? A 7-inch blade, a knife. Are you paying attention, City Khan? Less press officers, more policemen. A knife sitting there.
On the ground.
On the ground, along with a make-believe kitchen, a personal place where people were defecating, 8 banqueting chairs that look very tacky under tarpaulin, and a man hiding who only showed his face out. We tried to document him and ask him why he was doing that. Sam knows, so that went away. We ended up over there to the north, where they were immediately hostile, where one of the women just started spitting, God knows what. I'm not a master of epidemiology, but I assume the transfer of diseases through fluids is still going on.
Unprovoked, should I start spitting at you?
Spitting, I don't know what the provocation, I don't know what it takes for one man to spit at another. We were filming and the spitting happened. So, and then we...
You didn't touch them at all? You didn't touch them
touching people. Touching sounds like your kind of thing, man. I'm a hands-off kind of guy.
She was a woman.
So, and then that episode finished, and now we've decided to continuously document these people as a signal to the Mayor of London, to Westminster Council, that while we are letting in 500,000 people a year into this nation, where there's housing shortages, school shortages, crises, the only reason the council will not remove them is they're claiming EU citizenship. Now, hail Brexit.
So the council's official stance is to what? Just leave them there?
We can't remove them. I mean, they're playing cat and mouse now. We're going to document every night in the morning they defecate, they evacuate their bowels on Cavendish Square, right by where they live. Cavendish Square is a wonderful square. It's a part of England again, right, that we're trying to hold on to. And they defecate there, and we're going to interview the toilet attendant who has to deal with this every morning. So we intend to, if you're curious what our intentions were, this interaction, it's a series of events showing you how mass immigration, left-wing control of governments, no integration, and under the EU umbrella is what's happening right here. UTC 0, longitude 0, Her Majesty's realm, England.
So is that all you intend to do? Just document, supposing nothing don't change, supposing the government doesn't act to remove these people?
These are speculative. We can see what these messages will come.
Have you speculated and come to any
We are hopeful. We are hopeful as Christian defenders of this land. We are hopeful and we pray that we can find solutions that are humane to this clear and present danger to our country.
Are you willing to share with us some of your possible solutions? Ain't on the front. In the comment section, I see someone said, if I was there, I would have burnt the tent down.
Well, I can't be responsible for the far left and what they say in the comment section.
No, they said they would have burnt the tent down.
Yeah, so I can't.
The far left would have said, "Oh, that's the far left."
So I can't.
Do you encourage or discourage that type of solution?
Violence should only be executed by the state. I want Her Majesty's Constabulary and the social councils and law enforcement and border removal agencies to do their job. Yeah.
Do you know the reason why they even come here in the first place?
Well, there's two ways to understand that model. There's push factors and pull factors. They're pushed out to places where they no longer can build a life, and they're pulled here by healthcare, welfare, and all sorts of stuff they can have, as long as they swim upon the shores. So they swim upon the shores of Dover. We have documented evidence of them swimming in.
I'm saying, do you know what's motivating them to come here in the first
Two
place?
things, a pull factor and a push factor. Push factors, a war area, poverty, can't get away. Pull factors, free stuff, housing, medicine. Come on in, swim into Dover.
Can you go
get
into more
stuff.
detail in terms of the push and pull factor?
Yeah.
So we say it's war. Do you know where
Poverty,
where
different
these
factors.
specific people are coming from?
Oh, absolutely. So we have net migration to the UK. DJ V's in the house. Blessings.
I'm talking about
God bless you, my son.
The ones you was talking to, interacting with. Do you know where those specific people?
No, the conversation never got that deep.
It wasn't
I don't know. The conversation went to spitting very quickly. So
I thought the ones that are camping and the ones that support.
See them come to the park here. They make in the park sometimes. Here.
You're a better spotter than me. You know. I'm just trying to do a humble civic duty to document and slowly document. So we can shame, like the left like to use. Where's the outrage on the left here? Where's the outrage and the shame that a beautiful part of historic England is being defecated, desecrated and decimated by these people coming here? I mean, how dare they when people need housing, when British citizens of all colours, shapes and sizes, they need things. So,
I'm saying, like, thinking long term in order to try and prevent the problem from continuing, because let's say that you do get rid of this one group of people from parking up there. What's stopping more people from wherever they're coming from?
It's a great question. That's why we have Brexit. The first thing we like is control of our borders and immigration. So right now, 500,000 people come into the nation, net migration 275, majority from the Indian subcontinent, India and Pakistan, via chain migration. So the EU thing is also a myth. Most of them are just coming from the Indian subcontinent because this guy has 4 cousins and sisters who just get in. I mean, that's the reason they're coming in. I mean, you know, God bless them, they're all meant to come in, right? I mean, the left say let them all in, right?
Have you looked into the reasons for the conditions where they are in their home country?
India has a space program. I mean, you know, there's nothing stopping you becoming rich in India. The richest man in England is Indian.
So
you
you
can
say
be
the
rich.
people that are leaving from India specifically, you would say they're...
Have some housing, have a better way of life, giving them stuff, it's first world.
So would you say that they're lazy in terms of they're not willing to try and make their life great in the country that they're originally from, where you say that they have space?
No, you could make an argument from the left, a humanitarian liberal argument, that they have a right to seek a better life, and in the pursuit of a better life, go to the place you can best be.
The way you described it is like India, if they got a space program, I'm assuming that you meant that like
You can be as rich as you want.
The conditions over there are...
Good enough for you to go and become a millionaire.
Yeah.
No one's stopping you becoming a millionaire there. You don't have to come here for a better life. You can get one there.
Ralph the Gay.
So this is what I want to know. Steve, ignore that. Ignore that.
This constant homosexual interest in you boys is going to be met with disappointment.
I don't want to get sidetracked.
I mean, you know, I'm aggressively heterosexual, but thanks, cheers,
Conditions
Steve.
are good over there. You can become a millionaire. Why do you think a person would risk illegally sneaking into this country if the conditions, what do you say, they're far much better?
Well, they're much better from where they come from, and then now there is an industry of smuggling. Yeah, trafficking, getting passports, getting citizens.
It seems like we both don't see the incentive. If over there is so nice, why would you risk?
No, I'm not saying over there so nice. I can understand why the push and pull factors are there. But the question is, should they have the right to migrate, or should the people here decide? And what do the people say? People poll consistently 65% plus, no more immigration across here. So people across all parties, we don't want more immigration. Only the liberal elite and the left want more immigration, which is London. No one else does, no poll. There are like too many people in schools, buses, healthcare, hospital, housing prices. The lowest people are hit the worst, right? But immigration hits the poorest people most.
These people that are over there that you're documenting now, you say this is the downside of immigration.
This is a visual zeitgeist with the spitting and the defecating and the knife that shows you what you're bringing in. As like an elite picture, like a snapshot.
They represent the majority of people that are...
No, I think they represent the zenith, like the tip of the iceberg of showing you how bad it could be. So they're very powerful imagery, right? They're symbolizing, hey, do you want your kids to sit and hang out? Would you leave your boy with those kids one afternoon?
don't know them. I wouldn't leave them with you.
But you probably wouldn't leave it with them. I'm just guessing, bro.
Straight, I wouldn't leave my children with me.
But there you go. So like, it didn't take long for you to show in-group preference. And now if you extend that in-group preference to your family, to your nation, and to your land. I have an in-group preference for Cavendish Square. I really like Cavendish Square. It's a lovely square. I don't want people defecating.
I wouldn't make that a measure on who I would allow into a country or not if I would.
I would define it as, with no emotions, non-defecating people. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, no spitters and defecators.
Would you say that? Would you say that there's any benefit to the country from immigrants coming in, whether illegally or illegally?
Yes and no. This is another myth. There's a huge net positive benefits to migrants at the top 30% of the curve. Strong Indian performing, Chinese performing, Nigerian. The rest of the bottom curve is not net positive. The entire effect is about 1.1, 1.2. So the good immigrants are great for the country. And there's a lot of them that ain't. And you know who we're talking about. I won't mention names, you know who I am, like that. Keeping it professional, but see, even the professional mainstream media.
Mainstream media. I don't say mainstream media.
I'm totally rude, bro. Totally today.
I was going to say.
We come from 4chan. Nothing is beyond our reach.
You were saved because someone added Steve's the real puss.
Oh. And the imagery, I think Steve and I would agree that whatever you're imagining right now, up to 7.6 so we're not going to do it, mate. So that's it. So I'm sure you can be excited, Leon, that we're documenting such a thing so close to where we come, and everyone says our corner, our
corner.
That's
what I mean. It was exciting. But it looked like it went left, like real quick though.
Well, the spitting and the defecating and the knife, it's really not like, it's not good, is it?
Would you say that was the best way to document them? Like, are you trying to cause? Now that you see that reaction, I would say it's because you went into, intimately close to.
Into.
I'm gonna say that home.
Into what structure could be called part of a dual carriageway, technically, but
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if before those people was there that you usually walk through that route. I don't know.
Oh, I was a little boy walked this park since 1977. This park, yeah.
No, not this park.
No, but I'm talking about this park. Our park. Whose park? Our park. Whose park? Our park.
Yo, let me finish, man. Let me ask the question. See the specific area where they was? It seemed like it was a little tucked away area.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had, if your only reason was going there was to be like in their personal space.
Oh no, I can honestly tell you right from the start, our thing is to strike at the top of society's thoughts. Of the meta-political narrative, which says mass migration and immigration is not good for this place. And from that entire chain of thought,
I heard that, but
down to that. That's why.
But you have the option of documenting them from outside of their little gated community.
Boom for Steve. Steve comes in with gated community. 3 points.
You had the opportunity, but it's like you seem like you wanted to get up close and personal.
Oh well, we feel for this ground. This is England. This is Cavendish Square. Tiger, come on in. Would you?
We say that's what documenting.
I don't really have any opinion.
Damn.
Because I'm saying, if all your objective was to do was to just document that these people are there.
Yes. In a series, we're going to do more.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you could do that from. What I'm saying is, boom. Do you believe that you would have got spitting and shit thrown at you if you didn't stand directly with you?
When we went into it, we had not anticipated either, spitting, defecating on knives. We thought in there going, hey, we might be able to have a chat. But that clearly, with the 3 evidence pieces of the knife and that, okay, so they're not like, come in and have a cup of Romanian tea.
Did you go in there with the cameras already rolling, or did you speak to them before? Do you mind talking?
We come to love of Jesus Christ, love of England. Yeah, come to love of Jesus Christ of England, of Cavendish Square. Yeah.
What does that mean? But I'm asking specifically. Did you go there and say? Can we have a conversation? Do you mind having a conversation on camera?
Oh no, the first interaction was, who are you? Stop filming. Who are you?
And you came in there filming automatically.
Oh gosh, yeah, I mean, whose streets?
I mean, they're on public land, so have no claim to
yeah.
I'm not saying
that. I don't think there are any titles or deeds.
For the record, I'm not saying that they got right to
privacy on public stuff.
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that, like, if your intention is to just document the people, you could have done that without causing.
No, but we are merely just average citizens trying to document. We're not professional filmmakers.
Ain't gonna front, but no, it seems like you got a lot of enjoyment from them trying to throw shit at you.
No, we left without engaging in any form of the violence, disturbance, and we did not follow up with anything. We just documented and retreated in a respectful fashion, and slippers were thrown across, one of London's, where millions of people float here. Because this creature represents, not her personally, her symbolism.
So when you go there next time,
I mean, she seemed like a lovely lady, I'm sure.
When you go there, what's the plan when you go there next time?
We don't have a formal schedule, which I can share with you at this point. But if you subscribe to the right reaction, that's where you're going to find it. So.
And if, like I said, in the comments, somebody said that they would have just lit the tents up. Imagine somebody does go and light the tents up. Would you feel any personal responsibility for that?
Well, that's the whole thing, isn't it? It's like if Trump says something, am I responsible? Or if you say something, it's Trump.
People say I'm responsible for you.
Yeah, no.
I'd argue against
that. That's an idiotic idea, because in law, you have the idea of proximal cause. You're not responsible for my words. I'm not responsible for your actions. You can say I am, but I'm still not.
But let's say that person who said that they're going to light up the tents, do go there and light up the tents.
They were probably just lit up. They were probably just lit up with patriotic passion and disgust that we feel that such holy land is being treated with, and an Englishman's being spat on in his ancestral home ground, living in Maribor.
You're talking about you?
No, my friend, being spat on. Yeah.
What they spat at you? That's not that much.
Me, I mean, the Lord is my shepherd; I shall not fear. I will wash vigorously afterwards, and probably attend my local physician for a checkup, just in case at least I have fleas or something. But nevertheless, it's a small price to pay for England, isn't it? Would you agree? I mean, yeah.
So imagine those Romanians, if they are Romanians.
I have not speculated on their ethnicity. This is not about their ethnicity or race. That never came up. I mean, they could have been Eskimos, or they could have been like Norwegians. It wouldn't matter.
Cool. See the immigrants that are coming over here.
Yeah.
Would you prefer them to breed? I say breed. I'm Jamaican. I say breed. Would you prefer them to breed with the native population, English people, white English people, or to breed with their own?
I mean, the ones you mentioned at the top of the pile. Anyone.
Legal or illegal?
Well, that's interesting. So you mean, what's the general idea? What you asked me about my general views on miscegenation with the immigration population, or you mean
miscegenation? What's that?
I mean, mixing race. Yeah, crossbreeding.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, are you saying what's my views generally on crossbreeding or something?
Yeah, I'm saying in terms of the people that come over here.
Yeah.
Would you think it would be beneficial for the country that they mix into the natives or to themselves?
Well, it takes generations to find that out, and of course, the left and everyone don't want us to talk about DNA at any choice. But yeah, the only way to find that out would be a DNA mixture.
Maybe some of them mix and some of them don't.
Some of them do. A lot of them. I mean, the majority want to stay with their own anyway. But we know from genetics that if you mix two clusters that are far enough, you get like a 20, 25, 30% advancement for both clusters. Another 70% regress to the average. So I'm an example of such a eugenic advancement.
Race mixing is good then.
I'm an example of such a eugenic advancement. we are the.
And you've continued the trend.
Oh, I'm going to. Yeah, of course.
You didn't go and specifically try and find someone who was the same mix as you.
No, it's
you were to get someone that's different to you.
I've gone upwards. So should we all?
Would you say that's a personal decision to make, or would you do?
Every individual, I don't think we should have armies taking people and checking their DNA and making them mate with each other.
Because maybe like,
I think we should pick who you like.
But I heard an argument people want to keep England white and all of that. Wouldn't you say that the amount of people that come into this country, if they were to all interbreed with the native population, eventually down the line, everyone would turn white?
But but so if you draw an island's history, for the 10,000 years from the last ice age, 10,000 years, all the way to the last 2,000 years of Christ. Only in the 1950s, 40s, at that point these islands were 99% white. Then the Windrush in the Indian post-national generation, and then suddenly shooting to 86%, that might go to 70%. This island has never seen this before. It's up to them, like the Dalai Lama says, for them to decide who they want to have with them.
What do you say?
Just like the same for the Somali people, my Somali brothers and sisters. Somaliland should not be filled with Chinese people.
I don't know if you've done the demographics, you looked at the Windrush generation and the Indians who came around that time as well. Did you notice any trends in terms of their mixing in with other races or sticking to themselves?
They show high in-group preference because you plot the demographics from Enoch Bow till today, so 97% something white, and then that transformation, the mixed race population. Yeah, because when you measure it from the 1950s, when the Windrush comes in, and you measure the data, there's not been that much mixing.
Yeah.
It's been a very small percentage of even the non-white population. Now it's getting more.
It's going to be worse, isn't it?
Yeah, Enoch Bow was right. It's worse than what he said.
No, I'm saying he thought that there would be more race mixing.
No, he thought there'd be just more. There'd be less people than there are today. So he underestimated what the current demographics is.
He also said that one day in this country that the black man will have the whip hand over.
Correct.
He said that.
Yeah.
Have the whip over the white man.
That's the language they used in the 50s.
Would you say that is correct in that assertion?
No, because black people won't have any power until they listen to us in the right wing. So, you know, the zero threat fam.
Would you say him saying that helped to shape a mentality of anti-blackness in this country?
No, I think it's more like he was representing that, not making it happen. He was speaking to that, which was already felt.
He said it hasn't happened, and it won't happen.
No, so he predicted there'd be far less immigrants, non-white people, than there are today.
Black man having the whip hand over the white man.
Oh yeah, because I keep saying, I from the heart, to all my brethren out there, since the 1960s, you've been colonized on the left-wing plantation, so you don't have the power you should have.
But if they had the power,
I'm not black. Just helping you out.
do you believe if black people had power that they would
They're not even
exercise a whip hand over white people?
Shocker would.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
Because I take him from the words he says.
What has he said that indicates that?
Oh, the last time when I said in the identity circle, hey, when the Indian white supremacists think, oh, punish the white, Doug was like, yeah, kill him, yeah.
We say the white
Oh,
supremacists.
it's on COE. Check out Victory Video COE.
What did you say? What did you ask him?
So I said, when you look at the Indian response to colonization, it's in the identity circle. I'll send you the link, time link. And I said, oh yeah, the far right Indian Chinese, they want reverse colonization punishment for the
That's them
whitey.
in their own
And
language.
yeah,
I'm talking about specific.
oh, but and Shaka was just like, yeah, man, get whitey.
No, but that was a reference to them in their own language. What are you talking about? What are you asking me to do? Lie to myself. I want the truth to come out, Rob. Let's say the truth.
On the live stream, we go edit, look at it, we play it live, we'll replay the clip on the live stream later, and we have a look together.
Was he referencing England?
More than one, I've got at least 3 or 4 clear ones. Bless Shaka, I would be on his side too, man. I don't know.
You went over the white man.
Unless they wanted to.
Black power.
Expose today, baby. Fighting for the black man. You're one of us.
How many times have people not stopped listening? I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to accept the truth. And that's why I say, back to once more, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Fuck the left. Free Reggie. He always gets beaten up for conservative views. So is that enough? Have you got that? Do you understand what we're doing, man? Documentation, you get him? That's our mission, these chats. So I think you must be excited to share our journey of learning to be documentary makers.
The reason I was excited and interested, well, one Pat, like this is your brethren Pat, Postman Pat. You like him, innit?
Oh, he's got his own little box, so we'll get this bit.
I'm still not. I'm filming right now.
Oh, he's got a flag.
Perfect.
What's that flag say? What's that flag say? White power.
EU.
That white power flag.
About the
I'm joking.
Suppose it's got a BNP flag.
Because you believe in race, innit?
It's your BNP flag.
Ah, shit. Shit. I like that building. Oh, shit. He's tipping up already.
The stool's broken already.
He's tipping up already. Oh, shit. I like patting the building. Knowing you. The intellectual arm of the BNP has come
Where
down.
have you been? Where have you been all this time?
Steve,
Where have you been all this
thank you
time?
so much.
Content over everything from your melody.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Where have you
Thank you so
been?
much.
Where have you
Listen.
been? Really? Why did I drive you to the BNP?
Because you tell lies about the BNP, so I went and had a look at the website, and because the policies are very
Oh,
moderate,
they've gone liberal,
Very
have they?
moderate.
The BNP gone liberal.
what policy don't you agree with? What policy don't you agree with?